agenda is the public comment, and once again, we would like to express to our district residents, taxpayers, and our students to voice their comments towards matters of their concern in our district, and anything that you see on tonight's agenda. I'm going to ask that you do respect and follow the current policy, and that you do keep your comments to 3 minutes, and if you hear an alarm go off, please wrap up your thoughts in a few moments. We'll interrupt these comments if they go well over the time limit. The public comment session, once again, is not a question and answer session, but we will try to answer your comments and concerns right after you finish speaking. And during the meeting, we ask that you do not interrupt while we are in session, and if we do need comment from persons in attendance, we will call on you. On that note, the chair wishes to recognize a resident or taxpayer of the Sarah Area School District wishing to address the board about title programming or any other matter of concern or interest properly raised in a public session. Please give your name and address and the subject of the content you will be addressing. It's requested that you keep comments, once again, 3 minutes. Moreover, please note that comments relative to private student or employee matters should be directed to the superintendent outside of this meeting. So on that note, we'll take public comment if anyone has one for us. No public comment, so I bet you I know what we've got next on our agenda. We got a special presentation because we got some special guests down here in front. So join us. Good evening.
The girls have prepared a few things for us.
Hello, we are a part of the 3rd through 6th grade girls rec basketball program. This summer we had open gyms to work on our basketball skills, like offense, defense, and learn a few plays. We also participated in a local summer league where we won a few games. Go Sarah! The upcoming winter season sign-ups will be happening soon. We hope more girls will join us on our awesome team. We are really excited to start a new season this winter. Thank you for having us tonight. Go Sarah!
I was just going to say, I really appreciate the help that I have. I have a few coaches here that helped us last winter and this summer. The girls have made a lot of progress, and we're very much looking forward to the upcoming season. They're very excited, and they have a lot of potential. Yes?
Tell Laura about it.
I will. Don't worry. She's already on my radar.
Wrestling, basketball, she'll do it.
Good.
She'll do it.
Good. Yes. I have to see her every day now. So.
Yep.
So thank you very much for having us.
Thank you, Mrs. Marlowski,
Yeah.
and I'll bet you I can guess who the centers and forwards
Oh
are.
yes, can't you tell right away?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Have fun, girls. Make us Redskins proud, okay?
Yes, thank you. They do.
All
Thank you,
right.
ladies.
Thank you. Okay. Yep, go ahead. We'll give you a moment. Thanks again, ladies.
I'll be very entertained.
And come back and see us again and let us know how the season goes.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we have a Redskin Spotlight Award.
We do have Redskin Spotlight Award. We actually have one for Mr. and Mrs. Lance. They were unable to be here this evening. So we wanted to congratulate and thank them for all the dedicated hours that they put into our school. The Lances oversee the entire archives and spend countless hours helping our school district. They open up for reunions. They come in for special events on their weekends. They keep things organized. They clip all of the newspapers, anything Sayre, anything with the Redskins, it's available in our archives. If you haven't had time to go there when they have an open house, you should go and see it. In addition to that, they were caught this summer on the weekend helping to paint our hallways here at the high school. So in addition to what they do in the archives, they continue to dedicate time to our school district, and we appreciate them. So we have a certificate and a little gift to send them with some goodies in it, in addition to something they can use, but something yummy to enjoy as well. So I just really appreciate all that they do. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Delosio, and yes, once again, I gotta say, the Lancers have done a great job since Mrs. House and yeah, Kay, Mrs. Houston, thank you, Don. I was getting that out there, but I didn't think there for a minute. Must be a senior moment in time, so, but anyway. No, I really appreciate all the work that they've done in the school district. Okay, to the consent agenda. On our consent agenda, we do have the minutes as presented from August 19th. Under instruction, we do have board reports, conference requests, field trip requests as in your packets. Also district volunteers, coaches, as far as a couple, I think we have a resignation and a new hire. Yeah, thank you. Of course, you know, built me on that. Finance, under finance, we do have a motion to pay the bills, also the tax report. And under personnel, we do have some matters of business to take care of. Annette Schweiger will be our new speech and language pathologist, as well as Sherry Hunt. She will be resigning as a special education instructor. Let's see here, also on our tenure track, or on our tenured teacher, Mrs. Tara Ramsey. She's back there. Hi, Tara. We've got you up for tenure. Additional transportation. We do have a motion to approve Mr. William Bump as a substitute bus driver for the Chambers Busing Company. And also, that's it for our consent agenda. So we have a motion and a second.
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? No questions or comments, so all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, linkage agreement on the agreement with the Children's House. Dr. Delosio.
Sure, so attached to your agenda this evening is a linkage agreement between ourselves and the Children's House. And we've been with them before, and as a part of our discussion, we're gonna put these items on and give you time to review them and look at them and ask any questions that you might have, and then they'll be put on the next agenda for a vote. So we actually have a trauma therapist that comes into our school district once a week and serves students here. Last year, there was a waiting list to see Hannah, and so those are a variety of things in which they might be wanting to see a trauma therapist, and she goes through a process to determine that. I don't know if anyone has had time to read the contract as of yet. If you have any questions, please send them my way. I'd be happy to get them answered for you.
Alrighty, thank you, Dr. Delosio. Reports. Mrs. Ely, good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, good evening, everyone. The school year is off to a great start here in the high school. Our new teachers have settled in. I believe our new students have as well. I do have a quick reminder for parents. Your child should have brought home a packet of forms during those first few days of school to be reviewed, completed, and returned. Many have been brought back, but we still have some that are unaccounted for. So those papers would have included an emergency form, a medical form, a media permission form, the technology sign-out form, and an attendance form. So please ask your students where they may be in their backpack or locker. Return them as soon as possible to the main office of the high school here or to your student's homeroom teacher. If we did not receive your emergency form back completed already, we're mailing some out tomorrow, so please look for those in the mail. And lastly, we are very excited to have Commissioner Zachary Gates coming to the high school Thursday to speak with our 7th grade students in Mr. Trump's civics classes. And then he will head over to Snyder in the afternoon to speak with 4th graders there. first school to respond and get on his schedule, so that's exciting for us. So thank you to Mrs. Morrell for organizing that. And that's it.
Thank you, Mrs. Ely. Mr. Conley, good evening.
Good evening, sir. So our athletics are up and running. We have, unfortunately, Mr. Claypool lost his father this weekend, so we didn't scramble this morning, but made sure we have everything in line. We're all taken care of for the week. He had everything locked already in, so just a matter of checking a few boxes, but we're all good there. Our athletic numbers are still growing. People are still signing up. I got a new sign up today, so we're closing in on 160 unique athletes across our year. With the start of the school year, starts the attendance rolls and all that stuff. By week, we're averaging across the 3 weeks. Now it's a 2-day week and 4-day week, and then today. So being a little generous with us, but right now we're averaging about 97% attendance rate. We'll keep a track on that and see how that goes, because if you're not here, we can't teach you. And also with the discipline, we got started with that as well, unfortunately. As of Friday, we had 6 referrals, 3 different people. So, and that's not unusual. Usually when somebody makes a mistake, they usually make a couple of them, and we have to deal with it. Nothing really crazy yet, just a little late to school, getting back in the pattern for most of it. So, that's the discipline, athletics, and attendance, so thank you.
Question for you, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Holly. What sports were the new,
Oh, the young lady today signed up. I believe she is trying to get into, actually it's basketball. So it's not even a fall sport, but they're still rolling in.
would you ever try out? Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Russell. Mrs. Morrell, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you again to the girls rec basketball team for visiting with us this evening. Some of them did leave volleyball practice early, so they are involved in multiple sports. So, as they say, go Sarah. We'll keep building that response at Snyder as well. The forms also apply at the elementary school, so get to those book bags this evening. There's just a few forms that are outstanding. We'll make some calls this week from the office to try and get those completed as quickly as we can. We were off and running for the second day of school, so I walked around with Dr. Delosio. It was like we never missed a beat. So thank you to the outstanding staff at Snyder for making that happen. It's those days that make you very happy that you are an administrator, to see all of those things. They come into play, and I certainly couldn't do it and don't do it on my own. So again, thank you to all of you who made that very successful this first week of school. Bring your smiles the week of September 16th. It's Individual Picture Day. So if you need to get into the dentist or you need to get that haircut, make sure you get that planned, because it's going to be here before we know it. The last thing I have is a traffic pattern update. We've worked very well in conjunction with the Sarahborough Police Department, trying to make that an easy transition as we get that parking off of the area roadways. I would ask parents, I know it's sometimes hard, you don't need to be the first one there, and you don't need to be the first one in. If I was the mom coming in, I'd roll in about 8:27, and I'd roll in and pick up about 2:50 or so. We would ask that you please, please, please do not cross that double yellow line as you are in the northbound lane heading towards CVS, and cut across and block that Mohawk Extension Street. If you would just come a few minutes later, like I said, we're probably out there till about 8:28. If we see you coming in the driveway, we will wait for you. So please don't feel like there's a need to be the first one there, and we certainly will wait if there's a group of kids out at the end. Sometimes that line does go a little bit quicker than usual. We will stand out there with them, or we will take them to the office and make that call. They will be safe, and we will watch for them. So please watch for some communication from me. I will reiterate that please don't cross that double yellow line. That's for everybody's safety. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Morrell.
You're welcome.
For PSBA, I just want to make mention, I will be sending out to board members who is on 2025 elections that they'll have down there for officers. Again, we're only required, I believe, to vote for, I believe, 2, maybe 3 positions, as well as insurance trustees. Couple of things as well. If you haven't done any of your required learning, advanced school board directors training, as well as the new school board directors trainings, will be held on October the 26th from 9 a.m. till 1 p.m. for advanced, and for the new school board members, 9 until 3. Also, you might want to check out a new fall webinar series that they're having on data-driven directors. There's about 4 different sessions, so you might want to give that a look-see, as well as some other things under the micro programs that they do have down at PSBA. And also, there's a new SSI training program also down there coming up. I believe it's in the month of October. It is out there on the PSBA website, so if any of you would like to go down and take a look at that, like I said, it's worth the trip. So that's everything from PSBA. Mrs. Agnew, last I used. Thank you, Mrs. Agnew. Committee reports. Anything to report on for the committees you want to share? Let's make a quick meeting, folks. Well, I do have a page here. It can be 3 minutes. Promise. Here we go. Buckle your seatbelts. But anyway, I just want to pass along the word to district residents to fill out, that is, the Sayre School District Survey that's out on our Facebook page. They have a link to that. Also, or you can stop by the high school or Snyder School offices. They do have a written copy there. But I hope everyone gets a chance to fill that out. I want to give a shout out to Emily Chilson for her design and building of the costume area for the drama department. This was part of her, I believe it was her gold medal Girl Scout award, so I'll give a shout out to her. Also, there are tons of things to check out on the Facebook and school website for kids to join, as far as clubs and different other activities, and senior fundraisers. There's a lot of things that our seniors are doing, including a Christmas show trip down to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And that includes a lunch, I believe, at Finici's down in Hershey. Let me tell you what, that's worth the trip, a bit alone. Cavalcade of Bands, 25th of September here at the Bowl, featuring musical students from the Bradford, Sullivan counties, as well as a possible special guest, sometimes Mansfield University band is over. I don't know about that yet. But other than that, I gotta honestly say, our athletes have had a rough start, but our students haven't really lost the heart of what they're out there for, and that is to enjoy and play the games. I want to give a shout out to Nick Pelicano. He was the star from WENY's Play of the Week. Like I said, you can look at that either on the WENY website or on the Facebook page. It's quite a play. And it was against Troy, of all people. So, like I said, it was a very good play. And also, don't forget the first football game at home is this Friday night at 7. Dr. Delosio.
Thank you. So even though it was down on my list here, I just want to say congratulations on earning tenure, as well as, so Mrs. Ramsey is more than an English teacher who has earned tenure here. She's also our senior class advisor, and she's the advisor to the students against destructive decisions. And she spends a lot of time here, and her room is just outside this auditorium over on that hallway. And it's always decorated lovely. If you go by, it's got soft white lights in it. I enjoy going in there. It just is a pleasant place to be. So thank you for all you do. I know many of our educators spend additional hours being advisors, doing a variety of things so that our students can enjoy it, and I appreciate that. So thank you. Thank you. On another note, Mr. Claypool was another gentleman who wears many hats, and we recently received the documentation as he is the homeless coordinator, and we were audited at the end of last year, and he received, we received as a school district because of him and his leadership a 97.1%. He achieved 68 of the 70 possible points on the audit. So he did an awesome job, I appreciate that. Wanted to inform the board and community that Senate Bill 700 had passed recently, was signed into law under Act 55. It requires school districts to have at least one school security armed officer on property, and we already have that in place here in Sayre. So where other districts are looking, we are in compliance already and ready to roll for our school year. Congratulate and welcome Annette Schweiger to our team. Dr. Teja did a great job searching for a speech and language pathologist. She comes to us with experience within a school system, hence the reason she is starting on December 2nd. She will work the month of December with Mrs. Paris before her retirement, which is the 1st of January. So it will be nice to have her team together, for them to work collaboratively, her to show the ropes here in Sayre, and then we'll make sure she has a mentor starting in January with one of our team members. As Mr. Cole had said about our climate survey that is out there already, by close of business on Thursday, we had 198 responses. Jostin said that was a great response already. We pushed it out again over the weekend, and we have one more push out. They're hoping to close it by either the end of this week or at the beginning of next week. And then we'll be pulling together a stakeholder group from the board, administration, professional staff, support staff, community members, parents, and students to have a team of about 15 or 16 individuals to review the results with. We'll review them with everybody, share them with everybody, but there will be a team that reviews them, and then the Jostin's team will push things forward for us as a whole. So either myself or Mr. Cole will be reaching out to see if a board member wants to sit on that group with us and be able to meet. I do think the meeting's going to be at 3 o'clock, so keep that in mind if, depending on your work schedules and what might be allowed. And there's lots happening, as Mr. Cole said. If you look at our Facebook page, a lot of things happening. Our advisors are working very hard to lift this year. In addition to the trip for Christmas, I just ordered ice cream sandwiches from Bethy's, right? So I'm going to get a coupon to help me get 6 ice cream sandwiches for the senior class. Is that still going on?
It's still going on. Orders are resumed to be by 3:30 on September 11th.
Okay, so if any board member would like them, I'll put you on my list, but you have to pay the $10, right? I'll put you on my list to make sure you get the coupon. But you go to Bethy's and get them fresh and
Homemade ice cream sandwiches.
sandwiches. So 6 ice cream sandwiches for $10. So if you'd like that, let me know. And then a shout out to Chief Reynolds as well. He met with us, but he and his team worked over the summer for the parking and the transportation over at Center Elementary. We worked that again today, and we're working on a few of the kinks. As always, when you make a change, there's a few little blips that have to happen. So I appreciate that. So thank you to them. Yes, Mohawk is much better for our buses and transportation. In the event of emergency vehicle needs to get up through there, we are in much better shape. So thank you to, and a shout out to them. Thank you, Mr. Cole.
Thank you, Dr. Lucio. And thank you, Tara, too. I want to say, great job. I mean, it seemed like every time I was going down the Facebook page here over the weekend, it was like, senior class is going to senior class. It's like, wow, you know. Wish you well throughout this season. I will take some ice cream sandwiches. As we start to wrap up this meeting, just want to let everyone know that our next meeting here at the Sayre Area Board of Directors will be on September 16th here in the Junior Senior High Auditorium beginning at 7 p.m. Wow, is it cool? Did it? Very cool. On that, any other questions or comments? Mr. Higgins?
Just like to let everyone know that this weekend, the class of 1984, which I and Mr. Claypool are members of, having our 40th reunion. People are coming into town. They're going to go in the archives, go to the football game, have some festivities at different establishments in town, and then Saturday we'll have another one. So if you see any of those people, say hi.
Thank you, Mr. Hickey. Any other comments or questions, or other than that, we can move to adjourn.